And good evening and welcome to Andover. It's boys volleyball tonight. Number 4 ranked Rogers against number 6 Andover tonight. The Royals 4-1, Andover 2-0 out of the gate. You saw their first ever match against Irondale here in the Minnesota State High School League, and they rallied to beat the Knights 3-2 here on QCTV. And then on the road at Spring Lake Park last Wednesday, they were able to beat the Panthers 3-2. So they've played the full limit of 10 sets already in 2 games this year, but they are 2-0 out of the gate. Meanwhile, Rogers, they dropped their opener to St. Michael Albertville 3-2, and then they played in a tournament over at Osseo and won 8 sets and 4 matches in that tournament, beating Champlain Park 2-0, United Christian 2-0, Elk River 2-0, and Maple Grove 2-0. So the Rogers Royals and their head coach Gerald Torres and Andover's head coach John Bryce. This should be a good one tonight early in the season, and a pretty nice crowd gathering as practice winds down outdoors for boys and girls lacrosse. Of course, baseball and softball and track, etc. And let's get the lineups. You see Andover over there and the assistant coaches and head coach John Bryce on your right. And here's how they're going to go. Alex Kopetsky up front. Eula Zintow will be the libero. Matthew Resch will be in the lineup tonight. Brennan Royal, the outstanding setter for Andover. He really makes it work. Gabe Blake leading the team in kills. And Braden Roseland will be among the starters for Andover. Colton Miller will also get a lot of time here tonight. Cash Cruitt, Quinn Stay, not available for Andover. Meanwhile, for Rogers, their head coach, Gerald Torres. And then Holderman, outside hitter. Grant Anderson, outside hitter. Braden Reines will be their setter, wearing number 4. Kyler Erickson is their libero. He's wearing number 7. Brody Meyer will get a lot of time. Tamo Peterson, a middle blocker, wearing number 9, will get a lot of time. Trent Welly, a junior, is their setter. And Ethan Pearson will also get a lot of time for Rogers in this one. But if you're tuning into boys volleyball tonight, the guy you really want to watch in the middle for Andover is Brennan Royal, wearing number 18. Not a particularly big guy at 5'9", but an outstanding setter, makes great decisions. And, of course, Gabe Blake's off to a good start this year. And Alex Kopetsky, maybe familiar with Alex from the Andover Huskies basketball season. He's doing a really nice job up front as right side hitter for them. And we're just about underway, and you can see Rogers in white, Andover in black. Their libero, Kyler Erickson, on the floor wearing the blue jersey, and for Andover the gold, Eula Zintow, the libero for Andover. We're just about ready to go. Set number 1 underway. And serving away is Trent Welly, and that's going to be an ace. Rogers off to a good start. And that early ace. So Welly with the ace. And one of the other fun things to watch is Brennan Royal serving for Andover. Andover goes to work. They get it in the middle. Big swing. Blocked by the Royals. Right back in the point. It's a good job by Colton Miller to get the kill. And we're tied at 1. Andover to serve. And serving is going to be Brennan Royal. And you got to watch his jump serve. A lot of fun. I'll drop it in. They go over to the right side, tapped over. Zintow right back, kept alive by Andover at the net. And the point to the Royals, 2-1. They'll get it back and serve here in set number 1. And on to serve Grant Anderson, senior outside hitter. Both teams good size. Good length up front. It's a big serve. Zintow digs it out. Opportunity for Kopetsky, blocked out. That's a point to Andover. And now on the serve, Matthew Resch, just a 9th grader. Resch will go to work. Once again, Pruitt not available. 6'5" junior here tonight. That's a point. Andover grabs their first lead at 3-2. Went up, hit part of the basketball apparatus and support mechanism. Resch to serve. In the middle, big swing. Kopetsky can't keep it alive. That is a kill for Tamo Peterson. And we're tied at 3. And the Rogers Royals get the serve back. It'll be Kyler Erickson, their libero. Erickson, a senior. Zingtao digs it out. Back set Kopetsky, big swing, a little long. And right back to Rogers. They're up 4-3. Or I should say Rogers will continue to serve. Now Erickson will come near his side to serve away. Good swing by Kopetsky, just long. Zingtao to the front. He sends it all the way across. Blake blocked. And a point to Rogers. The block set up over there. Meyer, Pearson. They've scored 3 in a row and lead by 2. See their nice block. Pearson elevates. Serves wide. Good job there by Blake. Gabe Blake let it fly. Andover down by 1. They'll serve. And on the serve, Colton Miller. Miller, a junior, 6'5". Drops it in. They go to work near side. Big swing. Landon Holderman, the senior. And it's 6-4. Rogers, very good length up front. And out of serve, Pearson. Dug out of there, Zingtao. Swing it across, Blake. There it is. Gabe Blake. Andover down by 1. Kopetsky to serve. Beautiful feed, Blake. Let it fly. Kopetsky, good serve. Rogers to the front, tapped over, went there into the net. Oh no. Point to the Royals, up by 2, they'll serve. Holterman to serve. Zingtao sends it to Blake. He'll get it over. Rogers, they're going to keep it alive. Erickson, free ball, Andover opportunity. They send it across. Blake down the line. Got the point. Terrific set cross court by Brennan Royal. Blake teed it up. Andover down by 1. Look at this. Beautiful. Blake to serve. Right back. Meyer put it away. Rogers by 2, and they'll serve. Now Meyer's going to serve. Brody Meyer, a senior. Little blocker. Zingtao sends it all the way across, tapped over. Royals go to work in the middle. Block Roseland. Zingtao. Back set, Kopetsky just sends it over, but long. Oh, good call by Rogers to let it fly. They're up by 3. That was really close. Just a little long by Kopetsky. They just send it over. Free ball opportunity. Rogers in the middle. No, near side swing. That was Anderson. Zingtao keeps it alive in front of his own bench. Tapped over. Rogers to work. Into the net. Oh, fanning on that. Swing in the middle was Peterson. Andover gets it back down 2. And Yuta Zingtao. 5'9" libero is a junior to serve. Rogers to work, near side. And hit the antenna. Grant Anderson. Andover down by 1. And Tau to serve. Nice swing from the back. That was Ethan Pearson. Excuse me. Rogers back up by 2. The team's been able to get on a run. Here's Trent Welly, junior setter to serve. Get it to the front, all the way across, and a big hit. Matthew Rush puts it away.
Matthew Rush with a power kill for the Huskies.
Andover down by 1. And now it's Brennan Royal, junior setter. Good serve by Royal, over and 1, into the netting and a point. That got way upstairs, up to the curtain. We're tied at 10. Big serve by Royal. Royal back at it. Into the net. Royals up by 1. They'll serve, and this is Grant Anderson. First set, Royals the early lead. Boys volleyball tonight here on QCTV. Point to the Royals. Violation by Andover. Anderson to serve. Into the net. Andover gets it back. So seesaw so far. Royals' big lead at the moment was 9-6. The moment they're up by 1. There's Reg to serve. And that one's an ace. Erickson kind of caught in a tough spot. He played it. That one may have gone long. 12-12. I get it in the middle. And it's put away there by Tamo Peterson. Peterson, couple of kills here in this set. Erickson to serve. Tapped over. Rogers to work. They just batted over. Now Andover a free ball opportunity. Near side, Kopetsky is long. Rogers up by 2. They'll serve. Kopetsky's had a couple of looks. Gone long a couple of times. Erickson. Get it to Blake. Blocked. Kept alive by Andover. Good job. Zingtao sends it over. Royals to work, and they'll put it away. Brody Meyer in the middle. The big swing there. They're back up by 3. Erickson to serve. Into the net. Huskies down by 2, and they'll serve. Back to serve, Colton Miller. He is in the lineup here tonight for John Bryce. Near side, look out. A big dig there by Royal in the back for Andover. Rogers to work. They put it away. Ethan Pearson drops the hammer. 16-13. Once again, Royals by 3. They haven't been able to extend the lead beyond 3. Pearson to serve. That is an ace. Another big lead in the set is 4. That was terrific serve. Far corner, tucked it in there. Zientau up into the rafters. Royal plays it. Now Blake sends it over. Over and one by the Royals. Opportunity for Andover. Kopetsky cross court. And Kopetsky put it away. Or excuse me, that's his brother. This is Alex. And graduated. Had a great career. The Huskies. But Alex with the good swing there. He'll serve it. Rogers, look out. Ethan Pearson. That was impressive. Landon Holderman to serve. Andover has not been able to get on a run. Royal sends it across. Blake gets a big point. Gabe Blake off a nice feed there by Royal. Now Blake to serve. Kept alive. Rogers sends it over. Free ball opportunity. Kopetsky will send it across. Tapped over. And the point. Nice. Heads up play by Resch. Just enough to sneak it over the defenders for the Royals. Blake to serve again. End of the net. Once again, they haven't been able to string more than two all set. Points 2 and 3, points 7 and 8, 9 and 10. They haven't been able to string three in a row together. Royals to serve. Royal to Kopetsky, blocked. And there's the point. Nice block set up by Anderson and Peterson. 20-16 Royals. Serve Meyer. Tapped over in a point. Boy, good quick move. Zientau to serve. Cross court. Wide, though, by Anderson. 2-point game. Andover's going to continue to serve with Zientau. Chance to get back into this set. Near side, block back by Andover. Great block. In the back, tapped. Out point to the Royals. That was another big swing by Pearson. I guess 4 kills here in this set. 21-18. Now it's Welly. Rogers goes to work. Near side. There it is. Anderson. 22-18. Back up by 4 in a good spot here in set number 1. Royals continue to serve with Trent Welly, Jr. Good heavy serve. Over and one by Andover. Royals go to work. And there's Ethan Pearson. 5th kill there in this set. Kopetsky couldn't handle that one. 23-18. And a timeout. Timeout, John Bryce. Well, they've scored 3 in a row, and now they're 2 away from this first set win. And boy, the power of Ethan Pearson. He's been outstanding. Flip side, so far tonight, Yula Zientau has done a great job in the libero spot for Andover. He's dug everything out, and he has been terrific. And Andover certainly had some opportunities. But they are not unfamiliar. They have played 5 sets in their first 2 this year, winning both. And while Rogers dropped their opener in 5 and then played in the tournament and won 4, that was a volleyball tournament over the weekend at Osceola. And they ran the table there, winning all 8 sets in action. Now out of the timeout, here's Welly again. To the net and over, and somehow Colton Miller won that battle. 1-on-2 and kept it alive and got the work done. Royal to serve. Drops it in. Pearson. That was blocked, but it goes out set point. I might count Pearson with 6 kills. And now Anderson at set point. Zimtao digs it out. Kopetsky gets it across. Royals go to work. Back set. Pearson put it away. That'll do it. 25-19. The Rogers Royals win set number 1. And once again, they pull away late. They finish on a 5-1 run and win it 25-19. Set number 2 coming up here on QCTV.
Here in Andover, we have what we call our Adopt a Park program. We have over 70 parks and open spaces that we maintain. So any help we can get from the public, we greatly appreciate. So currently we do have a handful of parks available for adoption. The way the program works is you reach out to our Public Works Administrative Assistant, Danielle, and she can set you up on it's a 2-year commitment that you clean the park twice a year. We supply the garbage bags and everything, and then we'll come pick them up after your event. And it's a 2-year commitment. You get a sign at the park recognizing, whether it's your family, some local businesses do it as a way of just giving back to the community. So any help with the Adopt a Park program is always greatly appreciated in helping keep Andover parks clean. So we ask a minimum of twice a year, a spring and fall cleanup. You're welcome to do it as many times a year as possible. Obviously, the more often you do it, the less trash there is to pick up. So, but twice a year is the commitment that we ask for people when they sign the contract. So, with all the parks, a lot of them are neighborhoods, and a lot of families just kind of adopt them as like their own park. So, they're in their backyard. They help keep them clean, and it's always appreciated from our staff and myself and everyone here at the city. People enjoy it. People take ownership in it. Like I said, they start calling it their park. So people seem to enjoy the program, and we've really had great success with it. And currently, we have most of our parks are adopted, but we do have a handful. If anyone's interested, they can reach out to go to our City Andover website, into the Parks Department, and look for our Danielle Lensmeyer. She's the one who manages that program, and she can get you set up.
Up here, boys volleyball on this Tuesday night. Rogers and Andover Royals won the first set, 25-19. Grabbed the early lead in this set and kind of kept Andover at arm's length, not allowing Andover to get on a run. They never scored more than 2 in a row the entire set. And as I mentioned, Rogers closed on a 5-1 run to win the set. 25-19. Ethan Pearson dominant. By my count, 6 kills in that first set. When they got it to Ethan Peterson, he was able to drop the hammer a number of times. They have good length, certainly up front. Andover played well. Some unforced errors. They had some opportunities to some good swings, and now they're going to open the set. Brennan Royal serving. First serve dug out of there. Kyler Erickson. They get it to the front. Blocked back by Andover. Good block on the swing by Anderson. And then there's one by Pearson that goes, and it was touched. It went well long, but it was touched, and the Royals lead 1-0. Just like that, to get the serve back, and here's Trent Welly. Latest rankings, Rogers 4, Andover 6 early in the season. They send it across. There's a swing opportunity for Luke Fenton. And the point to Andover. Fenton gets his first kill of the night. And we're tied at 1. Now to serve Matthew Resch. Once again, the ninth grader, 6'3". Good length. Resch had a couple of nice kills in that first set. Drops that serve in. There's Pearson. He'll tap it over. They get it all the way across. Blake Fand on one. Well, not an ideal set by Royal. Blake wasn't able to do much with it. Now it's 2-1 Rogers. Grant Anderson to serve. That one's wide. Didn't see a lot of service errors in that first set. Now Colton Miller. Braden Roseland up front. With Fenton up front. Rogers goes to work. Near side, tapped over. Kept alive. Fenton gets it. Rogers back to the net. Sent over by the Royals. Now it's Blake over the net. Kept alive. Sent over by Rogers. Roseland bats it right back. Rogers to work. At the net, block back. Nice block near side. That was Roseland and Fenton on that block. Huskies have the lead 3-2. First time they've led since 3-2 in the first. Now they're up 3-2 here in the second. Miller. And that's just textbook. Grant Anderson ties it up. Now to serve Erickson. Knotted up at 3. Andover gets it right back up 4-3. Blocked by Andover. Another good block. This time, Roseland. 5-3 Andover. Now to serve Luke Fenton. Near side, Alderman kept alive. Rogers will tap it over. Dug out beautifully by Zintow. Rogers right back to the net. Over and out. Andover on a roll. First time in this match they've scored 3 in a row. They lead at 6-3. And there's a winner. Holterman put it away. 6-4. Now it's Ethan Pearson. Dug out of there by Resch. Tapped over by Andover. Royals go to work. All the way to the near side. Big swing by Holterman. 2 in a row for him. And it's 6-5. On the board, Holterman with 2 kills. Should be 3 by my count. Pearson to serve. That one goes long. Point to Andover, and they're up 7-5. We got timeout Andover. Tsingtao being attended to. Little Tsingtao, junior libero. You can see Andover there. Fenton in this set. Resch out there this set. Could be bleeding. Not sure why the board says 6-6. It should be 7-5, unless Rogers is going to get it out of this injury timeout. Yeah, now they've got the board at 7-5, where it should be. Yeah. They had it at 6-6, and I'm like, I'm not sure where that came from. All right, Andover to serve. Here's Gabe Blake. To the net. Meyer. Not much you can do with that. 7-6 Rogers to serve down by 1. Landon Holterman, a couple of kills in this set. And that's an ace. Resch played it, but no one near to help. And we're tied at 7. Resch plays it at the net. Kept alive. And that's blocked. Blocked by Anderson. Well, giving up inches there. And it's 8-6. 3 in a row by the Royals, and they lead. They continue to serve. Royal in the middle. Roseland taps it over. Royals keep it alive. They'll just have to send it over with Pierce. Free ball opportunity. Andover. Resch. It's one back. Tied at 8. Resch with 4 kills. Leader is Pearson with 8 according to the board. Royals to work. Near side. Anderson puts it away. 9-8 Royals. And serving is Meyer. Blake gets it to the front, tapped over. We got a collision with the net, point to the Royals. Ten-8. Meyer to serve. Welly in. Sitting down. Braden Reines. He had tweaked an ankle. Resch blocked, kept alive. Tsingtao, near side. That was Fenton. Rogers to work. And that barely made it over. Changed directions. Anderson will get the kill. He has 4. And it's 11-8. 3 in a row by Rogers. They're pulling away a bit here in set number 2. They won the opener 25-19. Meyer again. That's an ace. Went right at Resch. And we'll get a timeout. John Bryce wants to talk it over for Andover. And we're early in the season, just 3rd match for Andover. And they're going to be on the road a bit coming up. We'll take a look at the schedules as we move through the game here tonight at Andover. Rogers, they played a lot more, but they got 4 matches in a tournament. And those are best of 3. Regular season matches, of course, best of 5. They're going to be at Osseo tomorrow, and Andover yet this week. They'll be at Park Center tomorrow. And that is a 6 o'clock start. So trip down to the border of Brooklyn Center and Brooklyn Park, right there on Brooklyn Boulevard. Huskies and the Pirates tomorrow night. Here's Meyer to serve. Royals up by 4. There's another ace. They have now scored 5 in a row, and that is their biggest run of the night so far. 13-8. They have scored 5 points in a row. Finished on a 5-1 run in the first. They get it in the middle, and that's a huge point as Colton Miller seals the deal. Nice swing by Miller. Miller's got 4 kills on the night tonight. Served there by Royal. Andover to work. They send it all the way across. Blocked. Rash can't do anything with it. 14-9. Rogers. Back to serve, Trent Welly. Well, he had an ace in the first set. They get it over in 1. That was Rush. And there's a big swing by Pearson. That should be his 9th kill of the night. And it's 15-9. He's been dominant. A huge reason. They cruise to the 25-19 set 1 win. Off the net. Dug out of there by Blake Zingtow to the front. This is sent over by Fenton. And the point to Andover. Luke Fenton. Andover down by 5, and they need to get on a run. They've only scored 3 in a row or more once, and that was early in this set. Ranch to serve. Gets it over. Rogers at the net. Into the net. Wow. They're going to give it to Rogers, and they're up by 6 and serving. Anderson. And Anderson. Zingtow digs it out. In the middle, and there's a good swing by Colton Miller. He's had a good night. 16-11. The assist there to Brennan Royal. Colton Miller, nice job in the middle. Miller fans on 1. Rogers gets it back. Now Kyler Erickson, their libero, will serve. Looking for his first ace of the night. Fenton cross. Up into the HVAC now. Pearson block. Keeps it alive. Holterman sends it over. Dug out by Zingtow. Andover to work. At the net. Dunked. Pearson, that was a cookie. He has 10 kills, and it's 18-11. Royals. Wait, that. It's like, oh boy. I can't miss on this one. Here's Erickson again. Roseland knocks it over for Andover. Royals to work. Pearson again. That is just money over there. 19-11. Pearson tees it up. They send it into the middle, bat it over. Zing Tao. Now Roseland over in 2. Holterman sent it across for Rogers. Blake blocked. And that goes out of bounds. Boy, Pearson thought he maybe got it, but Pearson blocked it out. And now Luke Fenton to serve. Senior. Fenton knocks it in. And that just crossed up. A little too far for Brody Meyer. Couldn't do anything. He just got handcuffed. Andover down by 6. Fenton trying to get on a roll. Into the net. Sorry though, Ethan Pearson, 11 kills here in the first 2 sets. And he'll serve. Big serve, and that's an ace. Oh, he's got powerful game. (21-13). Rogers into the net. And now Blake to serve. Blake 4 kills tonight. Puts it in. Dug out by Erickson, the libero. Pearson into the net. (21-50). There's an ace for Blake. Haven't had a lot of that tonight. That one well long. 22-16. Now serving Landon Holterman. Holterman, 3 kills. Drops it in. Block kept alive. Down. Sent over by Rush. Blocked beautifully by Rogers. And Reines is going to get that block. 23-16. Dug out Pearson. All the way across. Anderson. It's that point, 24-16. Serving for the set, Landon Holterman. Won the opener, 25-19. There's an ace to close it out. 25-16. Rogers dug a hole down 6-3, and they cruise to a 25-16 set 2 victory. They'll try and close it out in straight sets next. The third on the way. It is Rogers at Andover tonight here on QCTV.
My favorite thing about volunteering as an Extension Master Gardener is learning about the different gardening styles and sharing that knowledge with others. I love meeting and learning from people who care about educating and inspiring others through gardening. Whether you are a new or seasoned gardener, there's always something new to learn. In 2023, our Anoka County program will celebrate 40 years of teaching and working with residents. They learn to grow healthy plants and foods, improve local ecosystems, and create outdoor living spaces for people. I am one of over 150 Master Gardener volunteers living in this area, so one of our strengths is being familiar with the challenges other local gardeners face. Every May, the Master Gardeners host a plant sale fundraiser and sell plants grown and thriving in this region. The money we raise supports our community project and activities throughout the rest of the year. I am excited to see what positive changes we can make this year and the ripple effect it can create. Please visit the AnokaMasterGardeners.org to learn about upcoming Master Gardener events and services and how you can become a volunteer.
Set number 3 coming up. Boys volleyball tonight. It is Rogers and Andover, and the Royals dominating the first 2 sets, 25-19, and set number 2, 25-16. Ethan Pearson for Rogers dominating. He has 12 kills so far in this one tonight, and they really dominated with their serve as well. On the flip side, Gabe Blank, Matthew Resch, with 4 kills. Colton Miller has 5 by my count for Andover in this one, but they need a win. Rogers up 2-0 going to the third here. They've played very well. They've served well, and then they've been able to find Pearson, and he has just been flat out dominant up front. So Kopetsky on the floor, Roseland in the back with Blake up front, Fenton, Miller, and the center Royal. As John Bryce tries to change it up here. It's like, actually, Royal now wearing the libero jersey. Royal now wearing the gold as the libero. And Eula Zimtau did a nice job as a libero, but did get injured. So now Royal wearing the libero jersey. And here we go, Royal. To start the third. That one goes wide. That helps the Andover cause. Trent Welly missed. Oh. Kyle Enright serves at the net, tapped over by Erickson for Rogers. All the way across and out. Fenton couldn't do much with. We're tied at 1. Royals to serve. Anderson will serve. Grant Anderson doesn't have a service ace in this one. Has 4 kills. Into the net. Andover gets it back, up by 1. And now Luke Fenton to serve. Rogers goes to work. Near side swing. That's another kill for Holterman. Tied at 2. Holterman with his board says 3. I had him with 4. We're in the same neighborhood anyway. Tapped over. Alex Kopetsky. Into the net, point Andover. So for the third set in a row, they've been up 3-2 in each of these sets. And now Brennan Royal will serve. Holterman. Tied at 3. is Ethan Pearson. I had him with 12, but now they've updated the board. 11 kills. Pearson to serve. Fenton digs it out. Kopetsky hits it. Knocked it over the net, but the block out. 4-3. Nice swing for Kopetsky. Had a kill in the first. Now back out here in the third. And Kopetsky to serve. That one's wide. Tied at 4. And then Holterman to serve for Rogers. Into the net. Back and forth we go. So far in the set, no team has been able to get 2 in a row. Now Gabe Blake is going to serve. Kopetsky to set. Into the net. Tied at 5. This has been a trend. On the floor now, Jaden Yang. Yang's out there for the first time tonight for Andover. And serving Kyler Erickson. He'd been the libero all night for the Royals. Kept alive by Fenton. Andover sends it over. And then just dunked. Braden Reines, did he carry that one? Well, they're going to give him the point. 6-5, Rogers. Erickson to serve. Look, he may have grabbed it and dunked it, but officials say no. Fenton into the net, big collision. Braden Reines did injure that ankle, and he was favoring it earlier, and now he's going to go over to the bench. He came down awkwardly. It looked like earlier he was holding his other ankle. And then that time clearly came down awkwardly. A collision with Fenton. 7-5 Royals. Erickson to serve. Tapped over Roseland. Royals at the net, batted back. Rogers keeps it alive. Near side, that's Anderson, blocked back. Nice block set up near side. That was terrific. Kyle Enright. Andover serving down by 1. Roseland will serve. Braden Roseland, senior, 6'5". That's wide. Oh, tough unforced error. Top of your picture, you see Reines being helped out. The ankle injury. Now it's Trent Welly to serve for Rogers. Royal now the libero. That is sent over. Rogers goes to work near side. Anderson. 9-8. Once again, they start pulling away. Here in the third, they're up 2 sets to none. Won the opener 25-19. Won the second 25-16. Welly again. Ton of service errors here in the third. Now it's Enright. King sits down for Andover. Enright serve. Good deep serve in the middle. Kept alive by Blake in the back. They send it across. Fenton, was it touched? Oh, they're going to give it to Royal. I thought Rogers maybe touched it. 10-7 Rogers. Now Anderson serving. There's a big one. Nice feed. Enright. Miller. That's 6 kills for Miller tonight. Andover down by 2. Fenton to serve. That one got to the net. Erickson sent it to the front. Well, he couldn't do anything with it. Andover down by 1. With Fenton to serve. Senior. Drops it in. Pearson. Didn't get a lot on it. Get it across. Blake will get a kill. Been a while for Blake. We're tied at 10. That's his 5th kill of the night. Miller leading the way with 6 kills for Andover. Fenton again. Gets it in. Erickson digs it out. Nice save there. Blake blocked. Andover right back at it. Blake again. Dug out. Holterman over in 1. Now Pearson way up into the rafters. Fenton got it to the ceiling, but it deflected to the floor, and Rogers gets the point and the serve. That'll be number 12 for Pearson. Leads all. Demo Peterson to serve. At the net. Somehow dug out of there by Royal for Andover. Huskies send it over. Royals go to work. Here's Pearson. Awkward swing. Right back in the middle. Good rally here. One of the longest of the night. Pearson in back. Over the tape and got it. Just enough to get it over. Royals by 2. And that's number 13 for Pearson tonight. Kept alive by the Royals. They send it into the net. Oh, Anderson just short-armed it. Rogers gets it back down by 1. And libero Brennan Royal, he started out as a setter. Moved to the libero spot. On to set right now, Kyle Enright in the middle. For serve over. Tapped over. Kept alive by Enright. Blake just sends it over and deep. Rogers, free ball opportunity, and there's a point. Slammed down Mason Cook with his first kill. Cook with his first action. And Rogers back up by 2. They're in the third. Pearson, ace. Woo. Even Pearson. Second ace here tonight. Another big serve. Got 2 in a row. 13 kills, 3 aces. 15-11. Rogers. Blake in self-defense. Andover gets it over in the back. Big swing there by Grant Anderson. 16-11. That's 5 for Anderson. And it's 16-11 and Rogers on their way. Pearson continues to serve. Another big serve. Andover's going to send it over. Kopetsky. Now free ball opportunity for Rogers. Near side. That one's long. Oh, no, they say it was touched by Andover. Holterman's going to get the kill, number 5 for him, 17-11. Pearson serving again. There's another ace. Third of this service game. Now 18-11. Fourth overall tonight. They get a break. He missed there. 18-12, but Andover in trouble here in the third. Dropped the opener 25-19, the second 25-16. On to serve Jaden Yang. Andover once again at Park Center tomorrow night. Yang over the net. Over and one for Rogers. Opportunity for Andover. Tapped over by Roseland. Into the net. Oh, actually called on the Royals. 18-13. Yang to serve again. Saved by Royal. What a dig. Roseland just taps it over. Royals go to work. Into the middle. Tapped over for the point there. That's Mason Cook. Second kill here in the set. 19-13 Rogers. Now Holterman to serve. Five kills, 2 aces. Yang gets it to the front. Batted over by Enright. But long. 20-13. And the Huskies in big trouble. Timeout. John Bryce. And, of course, this spring here on QCTV, we've got a lot going on. Boys and girls lacrosse, softball, baseball. And plenty of boys volleyball this spring. And as the weather warms up, we'll be going outside. Here's what we've got for Andover. As I mentioned, at Park Center tomorrow night. Next week at Osseo and at Maple Grove. Then they return home to take on Elk River later in the month. And then right back on the road at Coon Rapids. Got Champlin Park looming on April 30th. But you can see the next 5 for Andover. Now the Royals out of this timeout. Landon Holterman. Enright tried to send it near side. Nobody home to knock it over, and it's 21-13. Holterman to the far side. They'll get it right back, and there's a nice swing for Matthew Resch, 21-14. Resch dropped the hammer on it, and now he has 5 kills tonight, and he will serve. That's long, 22-14. Rogers closing in on the straight set win here tonight. Kyler Erickson will serve. Once again, they'll be at Osseo tomorrow night and then home to Elk River on Monday. Next couple for Rogers. And that's going to be Zemtow with the kill. Due to Zemtow. Able to put it away. Now Braden Roseland to serve. floating serve, gets it deep. Rogers toward the net. And that one just a miss hit by Anderson. 22-16. Actually, it was touched. My bad. 23-15. Point to Rogers. That was touched by Andover. And the serve for Welly. Ace. Match point. Welly with a couple of aces. A couple of kills here tonight. They got by Royal. They send it across. Bingtow with another kill. Keeps it alive. 24-16, still match point. Serving for Andover, Kyle Enright. Tapped over, that'll do it. Grant Anderson ends at 25-16 and a dominant win for the Rogers Royals. Anderson finishes with 6 kills. They're led by Ethan Pearson with 13, and they rolled tonight. Set 1, 25-19. Set 2, 25-16. And close it out with a 25-16 win in set number 3. Andover falls to 2-1. Rogers moves to 5-1. Big thanks to our QCTV crew tonight, led by Trinity Thompson. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Steve Thompson. Have a great night.